Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello, farmers. Welcome back to Ravenport. Got to come back in here and put on the narrow tires on the Massey Ferguson. Customize for $0. You betcha. I got this morning. It's Thanksgiving here in the States as I'm recording this, so I have the day off, which is great, which means I get to fool around a little bit more. And fool around I did. Windows had an update and just screwed up everything that had to do with the USB port in my PC. Mic didn't work, mouse didn't work, steering wheel definitely didn't work. Ah, good times. Thank you, Windows, for that. So after restarting my computer like 20 zillion times and updating drivers and here we are anyways. First thing we're going to do today is get to fertilizing the two fields up here. That one down there should be fully fertilized. I haven't even checked contract missions yet. We should be okay. Cropped narrow tires, narrow tires. I still have that thing though when I log into the game. My pedals on the G27 steering wheel, the accelerator won't work until you hit the brake pedal first. Seems a little odd, but you know what? I'm pretty sure all these little bugs, giants will get right on it, and we'll have an update here probably within a week or so on a few things. And I was actually still getting, just now, but it started to work again. I was getting this sign that told me that there was no room for eggs again. But then eggs started appearing again. I had one box sitting there and it said no room for eggs. I'm like, do I have to remove that one box? Is that causing a problem? And then all of a sudden a second box appeared and now I'm not getting the message anymore. So yeah, so there's that. Also, I was doing some reading. There was a lot of people. I just did a search for GPS mod for FS19. I guess there were some concerns that the original author of that mod is working for Cattle and Crops. So some people are thinking that there won't be no GPS mod for 19. And I agree with like a lot of people. Well, if they don't upload it, I'm pretty sure someone will either start one from the ground up or transfer it over. But I'm sure a lot of you have been on some mod hubs and whatnot. You can see there are a lot of mods out there already for 19. Oh, I don't want to say a lot, but I mean, for only the game only being out for less than a week, there's a lot of mods out there. But anywho, we got our fields fertilized, so they'll be ready to go pretty soon, as I'm finding out on normal setting. Like I said, I think once we start getting a few fields more, I may put the growth rate down to slow. And I think I got a plan for our next fields that I want to purchase. Turn that off, and I forgot to turn on my track IR, so I got to get used to not having that right now. And I don't have time to restart my PC, and not my PC, but the game, because I got to get this rendered, because I got things to do today, and I don't have much time for recording, which kind of sucks a little bit today, but that's what it is. These fields right here, over by the animal dealer. Eventually, we can merge these into two, or into one, sorry, merge these two fields into one. If I had money to buy both right now, I would, and make it into one. Because eventually what I want to do is get like this grass field up here. Is it still grass? Yeah, it's still grass. I think the first of the big fields we'll buy would be like this grass field up here. And we will start putting like our placeables up here, or something like horses, cows. Our main farm will be up here somewhere. I actually looked at, it's kind of weird, the lands. I actually thought about buying this land here for 200 grand. I thought, oh, I can start building my farm here. But really, that's like right where I'm standing, where the railroad tracks are. I thought I could place something in this dip. Even this dip of placeable is way too big for this area right here. So probably I'll have to buy like one of these big fields and just start placing. One of those fields is going to be maybe field 11. Will be like where all of our sheep, our cows, horses. Am I missing something there? No, already got the chickens. Sheep, cows, horses. Yeah, well, whatever. Maybe our farm and sheds and all that. I do have plans. Great demand at Spinnery. Well, what does the great demand look like in here? So this is the Spinnery. The price is $5.20 for cotton. I don't know what the great demand's for. So it's wool, so it's blue. You can see the price on wool, not like it was in 17. So just go ahead and getting sheep, not the best thing. We're trying out the egg system. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, we need to make some more cash. So while we're in here, let's see if we can find 17,000. Oh, sowing field 4. That's the field we just harvested with the ideal. Plowing, not really in the mood for that. I didn't mention this before, but I'm pretty sure you know this by now. But when you do contract jobs, you can hire a worker, but it cuts so much into your profit, it's really not worth it. Harvest, 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 plow, harvest, harvest, sow. Some cultivating jobs, but we do not have a cultivator, so I'd have to use theirs. So see, this job here, you think, okay, $2,500 is good. If you use the leasing equipment, it's $1,100. So you're basically getting $1,100 to cultivate field 6. Field 6 is going to be, and field 6 is way, it's right here. This is one of the fields I was thinking about buying first of all until I found out my loan. Actually, now that I own more land, can I take out more of a loan? We can, not much more. So now I can borrow 530. 168. Alright. Well, back to my farm, I think. And I think I'll skip to the night and we'll see what our fields look like in the morning. So, let me just pop on back here. Yeah, we'll visit our farm silo. I shall see you in the morning. Fresh as a daisy. Morning's here. Morning is here. This is why I don't sing on the channel. It is a beautiful morning. Sun's out. This field is playing half and half. So hope it catches up. But the other canola field that the last field that we bought is ready for harvest. I brought the harvester over there already. As for going over through the night at speed 120, I got this sign at the top right hand corner that there was no room for eggs again. So basically, I think what's happening is when the box gets full, the script is having a hard time. I think it's trying to place a new box here, and of course it can't. And then it tries to place a box here, and it can't. So it says, "Oh, the egg pallets are full," and it finally spits out another box. So I got 2 messages. So I'm thinking the first message, I think the box trying to spit it here, then it tried to spit it here. It finally spit another one. So I don't think the chickens are producing as well as they could have because of the egg spawning issue. But the first thing I do want to do is hop into the Massey Ferguson. Yeah, I know I keep calling it a New Holland. I think what I should do when I finally get my T8, I'll just call that a Massey Ferguson and be done with it. Well, let's hop into the Massey Ferguson. We gotta hook this up. And of course, you know, we don't have table manners yet. So let's clean out the chickens. Nice if I put the shovel down all the way, wouldn't it? They spilt 300 liters of wheat out in a matter of like 18 hours. There, now they should be at 100% effectiveness. The one thing I need to check though, because I haven't checked yet today, it's one of those things you got to get used to now. Do I have any weeds? Oh no, we got weeds. We got weeds. So I'll have to herbicide that field. Oh, we got weeds. And we got weeds. Yeah, so we do have herbicide over there. But I think what we'll do is we'll get started on trying to get some more cash in. As for the cash situation in the upper right hand corner, I repaid most of the loan that I could. Just so we don't lose money in paying interest on money that I'm not really spending right now. We'll bring the case over. And for now, we'll just kind of park it over here. One thing I don't know is, I wonder if starting and stopping your engine puts more wear on it. I have no idea. Alright, let's get to harvesting and making some cash. I would like to expand this field, but honestly, right now without GPS, trying to make a straight line over there might be a little difficult for moi. So I may hold off on that for a while. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet this morning, I'm telling you. Hey, I got an achievement for something. So this is a decent sized field compared to what we have. I'm not going to say it's a big field after working with the Ideal yesterday. That Ideal, I don't know what harvester I'll eventually get. I don't know if I'm going to go for the New Holland, the CR 1090, or the Fendt Ideal. I guess it all depends on... Well, the only thing I haven't checked yet, the only reason why I would go with the New Holland is because of the 45-foot header. So if I'm doing the work to save ourselves cash, but I mean at that point, if you had the big field, I don't think saving money on cash is your biggest concern. So many trees I can't see. But yeah, so if I was doing the work, I would use the New Holland because I could use a 45-foot header. It would get the work done quicker, and I don't have to worry, you know, I'm there anyway, so I'll be able to unload it. I have to remember I don't have my modded CR 1090 where it holds 100,000 liters. I think it holds 12.5. Now, if I'm going to hire workers to harvest the fields and I do all the transporting, then I'll definitely get the Fendt because, one, I don't care how long it, well, the longer it does take, the more I got to pay them in wages. But the harvester holds more in the tank, so it allows me time to go unload into a silo or sell it or be doing other things while it's working. Yeah, it's just I'm still just trying to get used to not having seasons just yet at the moment. Like I said, having fields turn over as quickly as they are. I'm used to, if you played with seasons or watched my previous series, Pacific Northwest, you would realize you can go a couple days without the field changing growth stages. Here we seed it, and within like 30 hours in game, in game time, in 30 hours, it's like, hey, we're ready to harvest. But I've been trying to do some math about thinking what fields we should buy. I'm thinking, okay, do I just work these 3 fields and buy that big grass field for $500,000? But even at that, I need more than $500,000 because I don't have the mowers. I need a windrower to row it up. We do have a baler, but I don't have the wrapper. And it looks like the silage prices are not as good as they were even in 17. I'll have to check again. Don't hold me on that. We can check in a while. So we need to harvest this field. I think I'll hire a worker, probably in the case after I get done, to plow the field. Although I should check the stats first. It may need some lime. This combine harvester does not have the horsepower to... Wait, am I stuck? Kind of. Alright, so I'll just go here then. I hope my tank shouldn't fill up by the time I get to the end of this row. I'm like, I'm kind of in the middle here. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far. This will be episode number 5. Yes, episode number 5. I will say though, having a farmhouse would be nice to sleep through the night instead of just standing there. And a speed 120, it doesn't take too long, but sometimes it feels like it does. So being able to sleep through the night, again with seasons, you know, all end, you're through the night. But with a farmhouse, I guess we could sleep through the night. A farmhouse at 350 grand. It'd be nice to see it, but I don't think I can't even get 350 grand right now. If I could do that, we would have another field by now. It's one thing always starting over on a new map. Of course, this is starting a new game and a new map. But you get used to the farm that you were on, where you had all the, you know, I don't want to say nice equipment. All the equipment is pretty well done. But the big equipment, that's what I should say, the big equipment. And then you start over from scratch. But I would like to try eventually, probably when modded maps start coming out, wait for like a really decent small map and maybe try it on the hard series. Basically, probably what I'll have to do there in the hard series, from my understanding. Whoa. Yeah, our combine's full. I just wrecked a few crops here and there. Oh well. Yes, but on the hard mode, you basically are going to start out with very little cash. Probably just enough just to buy a tractor. You may even get no money. You may have to do leasing of contract jobs and lease the equipment and slowly earn some money before you can even get your own equipment. But that'd be good for a small map, because you're not going to, even when you start getting fields, you're not going to be able to sell crops for a decent price. It would just take you forever to build up money to buy a big field like we have on this map here. I did see the price of... That's right, the case does not fit underneath that pipe. But the price of the big land, I should say, instead of field, I think it's like 1.1 million. So while that's emptying out, I just came here to make sure withering is off, because I don't know how long it takes for plants to wither on regular mode, so I don't want to get screwed that way. But if we go to land here, if we click on this field here, it's maybe hard to see, but it's $1.212 million for this property right here. I'm a little short. Just a tad short. Alright, so I'm going to get back to harvesting this field. And I should bring it back in a while, and we'll see how much we got out of this field for canola. Maybe even go sell it. Great demand at Central Grain Elevator. Now, this is the only thing, before we just make a jump cut here. This is the only thing. It doesn't tell you what it's for. That's corn. No, we don't have corn. I was hoping it was going to be for canola, but you know what? Someday. But not at the moment. Anyways, I'll see you in a bit. Harvesting the last strip in this field. Had to empty the tank one more time, which is nice. Just means more canola for us. More to sell. Then we'll check the field to see if it needs lime or just straight up plowing. If it just needs straight up plowing, then we'll drop the canola off into the silo for now and get the case on the field plowing it and get it set for another crop to go in here. And I'm starting to think at this point I may start just doing some oats, planning ahead for the horses, which we're I don't want to say a long ways off. I have no idea how long ways off that's going to be. Come on, get up there. There we go. It's almost like the header is catching the ground a little bit here and there, I think. And yes, I left the engine running on the case. So we got a decent amount of canola out of the field. I want to say like 9,000 maybe, ish. We'll park the combine up here by the, what do we plant? Soybeans. That's right, soybeans. I'm getting used to also unloading the fertilizers and seeing what that actually does. It seems like the liquids in the ICBs, they unload right next to the implement. The bags themselves, like lime or artificial fertilizer, when you unload, this is where I park, and they unload like way, I don't know why they unload that far away. That's why a couple episodes ago our lime ended up in there. But as I told you, the Massey Ferguson did a little monster truck over that junk car there. We got in there and dug them out. Alright, so does this field require lime? Probably will. Nope, just needs plowing. Just needs plowing. Actually, we only got 7,500 liters of canola. But that's roughly like 8 grand. So, and we didn't plant it. We bought the field halfway through its growth stage. Yes, we want to put that in our silo, please. I love the sound of the grain being transported from one implement to another or into the silo. I don't remember that in in 17 at all. If it wasn't there, then it tells you how much I was paying attention. Alright, for now, we'll drop that off here. I think on the case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the repair bar go down, I don't want to say as low as it can, but I think I'm going to let it go down to almost to the bottom and see if it changes color. Because when we repaired the Massey, it didn't seem like, the repair shop seemed like it was telling me it was in better shape than what this meter was telling me. I think the repair meter, when you're in the tractor, is this pretty much telling you it's in good shape until it gets down to the bottom-ish, I would say. So since I got such a narrow plow, and I just love this kind of work. Actually, I don't think I got close enough. Maybe I did. Yeah, that's good. Hey, if I look here, it doesn't. If we look just right, it doesn't need plowing, ish. Okay, maybe it does. Okay, so the question I now have is, after the crop, when the crop is ready to harvest, if I spray herbicide on it, is that going to kill the weeds before I harvest it? Because I don't want to lose 20% of my yield because of that. So basically, it almost seems like you got to weed it every time. I really don't even know what's in the sprayer right now. Well, what's in the sprayer is not what I need. So let's head on over here. We will unload this. As you can see, it unloads it right next to the implement, which is nice. Let's swing around here. I don't know how much I got in this little ICB, but I love how the RPMs kick up when you fill up. Alright, so it was basically a full container. That might be one I brought back from the store. I think I have a container at the store and I took what was out of it, came back here and did it. So the way I work this field now is, I want to say up and down, which is kind of maybe weird, but I'll work on it from this direction. Narrow tires, yes. Okay. Let's raise it up to get it above the crops. Thing is, though, I cannot. The crops are so tall. I should probably lift up the shovel as well. The only way we'll know is we'll do the whole field. We'll do the wheat field as well. And we'll see if we've killed all the weeds in the entire field. But as we know, you just can't just check one corner of the field. You gotta check the entire field, kind of. Yeah, I can't see if I'm killing the weeds here or not. This is where GPS would come in handy, because I cannot really see where I've been. I mean, you can kind of guide yourself a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I can do this field in 3 passes, maybe with the GPS. I'm overlapping because I just want to make sure I get all of it and really put herbicide costs. It's worth overlapping in my opinion. So as you can see, narrow tires does not damage crops at all. But in real life, you still would probably damage them going over, if you were to ride over them, but you just damage less because that's why they're called narrow tires. Farming 101 with Peanut. Not that I know anything about farming really, but I sound like I do. Maybe. Alright, let's get down here. Turn it off. I'll hop out just to see if it did kill the weeds. This still says weeds. No weeds. So once your crop is fully, when it's ready to harvest, you can't kill the weeds in it. So that kind of sucks. The weeds up here are gone, so we got a field with half weeds, half not weeds. But we learned. So don't bother trying to herbicide your field after it's ready to harvest, because it doesn't work. I might as well leave the boom spread like it is. I'm just going to drive through the field like a maniac because it doesn't destroy my crops and I don't want to fold it in. So unfortunately, I think we're going to lose about 20% on the harvested section, or the part that's ready to be harvested. But let's herbicide this field. That way when it turns, I won't lose 20% here. And I am thinking that the field that we just harvested with canola, I'm going to put oats in it. Yeah, I know I got to make 3 passes in this field as well, so might as well make sure I overlap and try to... Might as well. Make sure we get all the weeds out as we can. In the early stages, every little grain counts. Then what I'll do is I'll head back over the field, make sure that field doesn't need anything, and if so, I may get this guy seeding while that guy is plowing. But I just have to be careful because I think he'll seed faster than what they can plow. Been trying to put my implements away after I'm done using them, but you know, it's me. And make sure I'm on the right implement here. Let's lower that. Nope. Let's get going here. Back this up. And I think I'll just set it up now. I have to give that worker on the plow just a little bit more leeway than what I just can't rush right over there and get going, because I'm pretty sure the width of this will catch up to that guy in the plow in no time. Actually, I think what I'll do as well is I'll drop off the front loader, because that might be an issue. It looks like I may have to... The plow is missing a few sections here and there. What's up with that, worker? Huh? Huh? So hard to find good help these days. Leave that guy parked right there for now. Yeah, I'm going to let that guy continue what he's doing. Then I'll seed the field, which you can see in the next episode, because that's going to do it for this one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll see you next time in Ravenport. But until then, have a good one.